Right now, you're holding a supercomputer in your hand. You spend hours every single day scrolling through your LinkedIn feed, liking generic inspirational quotes, reading about people's promotion, and silently hoping that a hiring manager miraculously stumbles across your profile and offer you a premium salary. You treat your professional social network like a digital newspaper. You are a passive consumer of information. And in 2026, corporate landscape, passive consumers get slaughtered. The traditional apply button is a digital graveyard. It is a highly congested black hole where your AI optimized CV goes to compete with 10,000 other AI optimized CVs. The elite decision makers, the directors, and the VP holding the keys to the most lucrative roles in this world are not spending their time shifting through that pile. They are sourcing talent directly through their calibrated digital networks. If your social network is not actively hunting for you while you sleep, it is actively working against you. Today, we are completely dismantling how you use social platforms. We are going to stop scrolling and start architecturing. I'm going to show you the exact step by step protocol to hijack the algorithm, customize your digital ecosystem, and transform your social network into a highly aggressive inbound lead generation machine for premium job offers. Grab a notebook. It is time to rewire the machine. Welcome back. I'm Dr. HR. For those analyzing my frameworks for the first time, you must understand the exact lens through which I view the corporate labor market. I do not give emotional, feel good career advice. I look at the recruitment as a structural algorithmic systems. My foundations is actually a bachelor's in computer engineering. I approach careers the same way an engineer approaches a complex tech stack. I paired that aggressive structural mindset with a master's in human resource management from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences (TISS) in Mumbai, and I eventually earned HR. I have been on the ground here in Dubai since 2010. Operating in one of the most ruthless, rapidly evolving economic hub on the planet. Over the last decades and a half, I have worked with over 20 different companies across this region as a full-time employee as well as a consultant. I know the exact algorithm that drives visibility, and I know exactly how apex decision makers bypass the traditional noise to find top-tier talent. The strategy is not about working harder, it is about leveraging the architecture of the platform. Here is your blueprint to algorithmic dominance. Phase 1. The Ruthless Digital Audit. Sanitizing the feed. Your social network feed is a mirror reflection of what the algorithm thinks you are worth. If you log into LinkedIn or X right now and your feed is full of generic viral polls, people complaining about the job market and irrelevant industry news from companies you do not care about, the algorithm has classified you as a low-level consumer. It will never show you the hidden, high-level, high-leverage conversations where the real opportunities are being traded. You must execute a ruthless digital audit. Starting today, you are going to unfollow the noise. You are going to unfollow the generic influencers whose post empty platitude. You are going to mute the connections who constantly project negativity and desperation. You must sanitize your digital environment. You are going to intentionally train the machine. The algorithms only knows what you feed it. If you want to be seen as a high-value data analyst, an elite supply chain architect, or a senior financial strategist, your feed must exclusively contain dense, highly technical conversations regarding those specific verticals. When you sanitize your feed, you force the algorithm to recalibrate your digital identity. You are telling the systems, I only consume high-level strategic data. Once the machine learns this, it will begin placing your profile in front of the executives who are producing that exact same level of data. Phase 2. The algorithmic calibration, the targeted engagement protocol. Once your feed is clean, you do not just sit back and watch. You must execute the targeted engagement protocol. Networking in 2026 is not about sending blind connections requests to 500 strangers and begging for a quick virtual coffee. This is a digital harassment. High-level executives despise it. Instead, you are going to build an intelligence map. Identify 20 specific target companies you want to work for. Then, identify the exact hiring managers, department heads, and senior leaders within those organizations. These are your targets. Do not send them a connection request. Simply hit the follow button. Turn on the notification bell for their specific profile. When they post an article, a thought leadership piece, or a company's update, you're going to strike. But you are not going to leave a lazy, thoughtless comment like, "Great post," or "Thank you for sharing." These comments flag you as subordinate. You are going to leave a value-added diagnostic comment. If a target director posts that complexities of integrating AI into their logistics pipeline, you reply with a highly technical observation. Excellent breakdown. The integration timeline is always the heaviest lift. In my recent sprint, I found that deploying a parallel testing environment reduced integration friction by 14%. Are you seeing similar stabilization in your Q3 rollout? Do you see the architecture of that comment? You validated their expertise, you injected your specific skill DNA into the conversation, and you asked a peer level question. When you do this consistently, you trigger algorithmic reciprocity. The system notices that you are actively engaging with senior leadership, and it automatically boosts your profile visibility within their specific corporate network. Phase 3, the skill DNA, the content strategy from consumer to producer. You have sanitized your feed and you're engaging with decisions maker. Now you must complete the transition from a passive consumer to an apex producer. The biggest mistakes job seekers make on social media is posting updates that says, "I am urgently looking for a new role. Please like and comment for my reach." This is an emotional plea, and the corporate market does not respond to emotion. It responds to capability. When you post that you are desperate, you strip away your own leverage. Instead, you must deploy the skill DNA content strategy. Twice a week, you are going to publish a highly focused structural breakdown of how you solve complex corporate problems. You are going to open source your expertise. If you are an HR professional, do not post about how much you love people. Post a one-page PDF framework on how to restructure an onboarding pipeline to reduce 90 days turnover by 20%. If you are a financial analyst, post a carousel breaking down the hidden tax friction in cross-border GCC expansion. You do not need to be a viral influencer. You do not need 10,000 likes. You only need the right 3 people to see your framework. When a hiring manager clicks on your profile after you leave a brilliant comment on their post, they will see a feed full of diagnostic frameworks, case studies, and technical solutions. You have instantly transformed your profile from a digital resume into an undeniable portfolio of a high-level competence. Phase 4. Penetrating the dark social media, the micro network. If you execute the first 3 phases, your public network will be fully optimized. But to truly dominate the 2026 job market, you must understand the concept of dark social. The public LinkedIn feed is where companies announce jobs after they have exhausted their internal network. The real premium high-paying roles are not posted publicly. They are traded in the shadows. They are traded in private WhatsApp groups, exclusive Slack channels, closed Discord servers, and peer-to-peer direct messages. This is a micro network. How do you penetrate dark social? You cannot buy your way in. You have to earn your way in through value exchange. When you identify a peer in your industry who is highly connected, do not ask them for a job. Execute a frictionless value drop in their direct message. Send them an article, a specific tool, or a framework that directly solves a problem they have been discussing. Example, DM. "Hi, name. Saw your post earlier about the new regulatory changes. I built a quick automation script that flags those exact compliance shift. Attaching it here. Feel free to use for your team next sprint." Keep up the great momentum. You provided overwhelming, unprompted value without asking for a single thing in return. When you do this, you build immense social capital. Eventually, you will be invited into those private micro networks. You will be added to the quiet WhatsApp groups where a director says, "Hey, my VP just approved the budget for a new senior analyst. Does anyone know someone elite who isn't actively looking?" Because you have established your authority, calibrated your algorithm, and provided frictionless value, your name is the first one they mention. Look at me. You are not a victim of the algorithm. You can spend the rest of your career blindly clicking apply and praying that a machine pulls your resume out of a digital trash can. Or you can rewire your ecosystem. You can sanitize your inputs, engage like a peer, open source your framework, and penetrate the hidden networks where the real corporate leverage is traded. Stop asking the market for permission. Build the architecture that forces the market to come to you. If you are ready to completely master this systems approach to your career, if you want the exact DM templates, the advanced AI workflows, and the psychological negotiation tactics to command premium opportunities in the 2026, the ultimate blueprint is waiting for you. For the record, my new book, The 2026 Career Architect, is officially live and available for download right now on namaste.ai. This is a culmination of 15 years of structural engineering applied directly to a global labor market. Download it today and start building your leverage. Command your network, own your value, process the blip, execute the strategy, and I'll see you at the top.